Hi there, Phil Lindsay here with Peep magazine, and we're here, finally, Martin Ward making his Peep debut.
Saved the best for last, don't you?
Well, that's what they do, that's what they say. So, you've had some frustrations, obviously, ahead of this show. It was all about getting you back into the title action. You were going to hope to be fighting for the English title, but Phil hasn't been able to match a fight for you. But you're still getting on the show, so at least that training, what you've done, isn't going to go to waste.
No, it's still nice to get a run out, isn't it? But obviously it would have been nice to get the English title fight. But I mean, Neil and Phil done everything they could possibly do, and just nobody out there wants to fight. So, shame really. But there's a couple of good replacement title fights in there. Then my brother Tommy's getting a title fight, and Peter and John's got an Northeast title fight. So Thomas the Sumba's got a title fight. So good replacements, and I hope wish the lads well on them, and hopefully they'll keep the titles there, won't they?
Well, it's one of those things, it's almost like a backhanded compliment that you've moved up to Super Bantam and the guys who would be ideally fighting you don't want to. So it's a bit of a compliment in some sort of way, but it's a frustrating one because you're not getting the fight.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that just shows obviously they're a bit wary of fighting me, because obviously if they weren't, they would have took the fight. So no, yeah, you're right, 100%. It's a compliment in its own right. But it's very frustrating that you don't get to fight for a title in front of your home fans. And I mean, the best venue you could possibly wish for. My first big win against Ian Napper came here at the same night, and it's a day I'll never forget. And the chance to win a title on this same night would have been amazing. But you know,
Napper was riding quite high at the time as well, wasn't he? Because he was very unlucky in some of his earlier fights, not getting the decisions. But he'd started winning some. He was doing well, and that's when you had your success against him.
A lot of people expected Napper to come here and just push me aside. I mean, I think. Betting back in the day was 1-6 on, so that'll tell you how much of a favourite it was. But you know, I ripped that card up and chucked it out the window and done the job. So yeah, this is a great venue, great spot to fight, and I'm still going to enjoy myself next Sunday. I'm going to be a week on Sunday. I'll be here and I'll be fighting hopefully against somebody and put a good performance on and roll on a bigger and better.
Well, the thing is, it's the title shots are going to come. There's no doubt about it. Whether it's English, whether it's British, whether it's the Commonwealth. Before, obviously looking towards getting back to the world level again, sort of thing. But it's like what you've invested into this camp. They say it's like the fights that bring you along, but it's the camps before the fights that bring you along, sort of thing, you know. So it's.
Well, I'm my trainer, Neil Fan, he's a great believer, and you just put it in the tank, you know. And he's always said to me, Martin, whatever you do in training, whatever you do in the gym, it's just going in the tank for when you need to call upon your reserves. So hopefully now, I know that's another good 7 weeks of training, some really good sparring, all in the tank, and hopefully one day when we get the big fights, get the title fights, it'll pay off, and that's what we're trying to do.
Well, it's one of the things, obviously, you haven't been able to get the title fight for this one, but there will be some more shows later on in the year up here, so hopefully, with a bit more time and things like that, we can get something towards the end of this year, maybe. Hopefully,
lad. Listen, I just do the training and the boxing part, you know, Neil and Phil and my manager Dave Garside, they sort the financial sides out of it and organising fights, so I'll fight anybody they put in front of me, and hopefully I'll win. I'm not saying I can beat anybody, but I'll definitely fight them. So if they get the fights, I'll fight them, and we'll see how we get on.
Too right. Well, Martin Ward, thank you for making your Peep debut. We'll be down the gym later on to see you as well, so we'll follow up.
No bother. Thanks.
Cheers, man.